What's up, YouTube? This is Steelton TCG here with Bruni TCG. He just won 7-2 at the Detroit, Michigan Regional with Voiceless Voice. He's going to tell us about his deck, go through his matchups, and show the profile. And he's also got a YouTube channel. I'll link in the description. So check out for that. He just started out. It's Bruni TCG. All right.
So hey guys, yeah, I played Voiceless for this regional. I think Voiceless actually has a really good matchup into Fire King and Pure Snake guys, and I also think the deck's extremely underrated. Throughout the entirety of the tournament, I still don't think people know exactly what this deck's trying to do, and I think I had an advantage because people don't like to read my cards. So we'll get right into the profile, and we'll start with the Voiceless stuff. So I'm playing 3 low, obviously. This card's crazy. When you see this in your opening hand, you feel good every time. We have 3 Diviner, which is a Voiceless card by association. This card is arguably better than low. If you see this and you're resolving this, you're likely winning the game. They have to hand trap it. If they don't hand trap it, watch out. Sapphira, another card that's absolutely crazy. I had a hand where I actually only opened one of this as a starter. My opponent ashed it, and I lost the game on the spot. I didn't get that ashed all tournament. It happened in round 9. Unfortunately, the round that if I win, I'm getting top 4. So, yeah. I guess it's a good ash target. People should be ashing pre-prep and other things, but it is what it is. Rituals, 2 Cervarus, 2 Skull. I'm starting to see profiles that play 3 Skull and 1 Cervarus. I think that's fine. I value the targeting protection of this when I get a normal summon. Typically I'm going, if I'm opening Diviner and Sapphira, typically I'll go Sapphira to get Cervarus, and then I'll normal my Diviner to play around an Imperm or Veiler. One Old Man, this card's crazy. Recycles your ritual spells, and it just helps you a lot in the grind game when you're summoning it off the trap. Plays around Dark Drop Root, I can't even talk, Dark Ruler and Forbidden Droplet, so this card's crazy to keep in rotation. Treatise, this card's insane. There's a game where you set up the pop 2 with Diviner and low, you tribute off, you pop, and then you summon back another low off the Diviner. So this card's crazy. I actually prosperity this card when I opened Diviner, and at that point you can't hand trap my Diviner, and I'm getting Herald Engrave as well as Diviner to get my other low. Spells, 3 Barrier. Crazy, another card you want to see in your opening hand. Protects your rituals, protects your light monsters, and does everything you need. I search trap off this a lot, because sometimes Skull low, barrier, and trap with hand traps is enough to push through. I played 2 pre-prep. 2 pre-prep was fine. I seen this card actually quite a bit for playing it at 2. But yeah, it's because I played Prosperity at 3. I know some people might not agree with that, but for me, I just valued digging into my deck to get what I needed. Sometimes I was opening this card in testing, and I would resolve it, and I still wouldn't have a way to ritual summon, so I found that Prosperity just got me where I needed to get me to. 2 ritual spells, 2's the number, 3's too much, 1's not enough. You need 2, that's standard. And Radiance, card's crazy. I seen this at least 8 or 9 games throughout the tournament. It was my first opening hand of the game. I still found a way to win. Sometimes drawing it isn't terrible if you have the hand to play going first, but when you draw this going second, it feels really bad, and you're likely not winning that game because you need this to get an extra body or to pop some problem cards. 3 Prosperity, I've seen this card a lot today. This card got me everything I needed to get, an extra hand trap. In game 9, or game 8, this card got me Mourner, and I set up trap, so my plan was it was going to time. I Mourner his Diabellstar, and he attempted to pass, so he didn't take burn damage, and I popped his Mourner for 2,500 damage.
That's good.
His Diabellstar, not his Mourner. Can't talk. Hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Veiler. This is the weird one, 3 Droll. My testing circle decided that we play 3 Droll because people stopped respecting this card, and that proved to be the case. Game 1, I ended up playing a 60 card pile of Dragon Link, and game 2, I seen Droll, he had called by, and I negated it with Skull, and he still couldn't out my board. So I mean, this card was crazy when it came up. That Kastira Snake Eye, I played in round 8. He went 1 in the draw phase, so he actually did respect this card, and then he specialed Unicorn, and then he went Unicorn Search Birth, and I hit him with Droll, and he looked defeated. So yeah, when it came up, it was extremely good. Obviously 3 imperm. I was just saying this is the best hand trap. This card's so good. Yeah, not much else to say there. 1 Magnemite. This card's really good. It searches Engine, it searches Target Protection. You can search Solaris to turn off your Princess, and it's just a big body on the field. So love this card. And then the last 2 cards, we played 2 Fenrir.
How was it?
Fenrir was so good, man. We decided that 3 might be too much because sometimes with this deck you're going into the grind game, so you want to see this in your opening hand and you search the other one so that when you're drawing cards out of your deck later, you don't want to see this card again because you're likely going to have a monster on the field. So 3 was too many. I sided this out a lot because it conflicts with Bystials. Post side, people are siding Bystials against you. You want to resolve your cards like Saphira, and you want your first action to be a ritual summon without having a monster on board. You do not want them to Bystial your Saphira, so you got to side this out. But game 1, this card's crazy, and it just helps with shifter decks, man. Slapping this on the board. Sometimes they think you're playing Kastira, and it's funny. You can bait an imperm with it, and then you just full combo with Voiceless stuff. So, love this card. I would continue to play it. Not sure what I'll be doing after the next set Legacy, but we'll see what happens. Extra deck stuff.
Yeah.
So Link 1, Anima. Some people still don't know what this card does. Don't put your monster in the Link zone. 2 Dynamondo. I'm never ending on this card, but I'm using this card to clear boards, sending back a branded loss, things like that. Like, you don't want to play into things like Bell and Bystials if you don't have to, but this card's really good and you need to play 2 of it. Also, Kastira Unicorn is a card and they will rip this. IP Masquerena, card's crazy. I actually only summoned this once and I made an SP Little Knight with it. You don't always have the facilities to do this, but when you do, you're feeling really good with this Skull and Low. They can't beat over this, so it's crazy. Obviously, SP Little Knight, this came up a lot. Banishing originals from Graveyard, and then there's banishing of Flambergs on the field. Like, this card's really good. Dark Charmer to Link Climb, and to help make SP. Lena, I didn't play any mirrors, this didn't come up at all. I actually summoned this once just to get a free main monster space to make an Appaloosa against the Yubel player, because when you declare an attack, they'll activate the Yubel in hand. But if you have this, it negates it, and this with Skull is pretty much just an FTK against them. Underworld Goddess. I wanted to respect decks like Raid Raptors. If you're able to actually play into a Raid Raptor board and out their big tower with this card, they have a hard time setting up follow-up. Like, you can end on this an old man after breaking their board, and then when you get to Skull, you negate their, I think it's I forget, it's Bloom Vulture. It summons 2 monsters, one from their hand or grave. That's their follow-up. Usually that's enough to kill them. Herald, I sent this once. Sometimes, like, you just have Trias in hand, so you're chaining your Trias to your Diviner, and then you're blocking your Diviner summon for low. Didn't come up. This was going to be either Excel or Nightmare Unicorn. But I watched my buddy play a game in a remote regional last week. His Diviner got impermed. He made this, and he won the game. So I decided to keep playing it. This card I summoned way more than I probably should have. But sometimes your hand allows you to normal summon an Ash and make this, or Fenrir, normal summon Diviner, send low. I was playing a Tearlament player, and I had Fenrir on the field. I normal summoned Diviner and I sent low, and I asked him if he had any responses after that, and he's like, "That's a level 3 now." And I said, "Yes, it is." He's like, "Okay, you're good." I made Baron, and it was almost like he didn't know what happened. So it was really good when it came up, and I started popping cards in the field, and I was able to control the game. Chaos Angel. This card comes up. It's really good. It's actually hard for some decks to out. Kastira actually has some issues with this card. I banished the Flamberg with this, and sometimes it just, if you open a card like Barrier and you already have Diviner, you can make this and then search the other card you need to ritual summon. Entis, I didn't send this once, but you play it because this helps you play into boards. They have to respond to Diviner, or they have to respond to this, and outs their problem cards. And Typhon. Typhon came up against Branded, and it came up against Dragon Link. It helped me push for game. Side deck. It's like my pseudo time card. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. But it's also like just really good in the Fire King matchup and a lot of matchups that like to go in their extra deck. This is arguably mainable, but we'll see what happens going forward.
That was the card we cut for the Drolls.
Yes, this would have been in the main for the Drolls, and yeah. 2 Bestials. We don't like any Puppet Lock. I don't think anybody does. You need to play these. I didn't see them in my Brandon matchup round 4, and unfortunately got Puppet Locked in game 3. And my hand was crazy, but if I didn't get Puppet Locked, I'd probably win that game. But it is what it is. I played Dark Ruler. This is an interesting one. People who play Voiceless know that we struggle playing into boards that are full of negates. So seeing this card allows me to turn their board off and then build my board. And usually if you're building your board, there's a good chance that they're not breaking it, and Skull gives a lot of dex problems. So I like this card. This honestly could have been Droplet. That would have helped with me getting Puppet Locked, but going forward, we'll see what happens. I do like this card though.
You also like when you're into the Pure Snake Eye board, you also kind of can play the game a bit.
Yeah,
force them to make Baron
or Appaloosa. And this turns that off, and it just makes it a little easier. So, yeah, like I said, we struggle with negate board, so this card just helps. This was like a last-minute decision. We played 2 Lightning Storm, 2 Cosmic. It used to be 3 Cosmic and 1 Duster, but we didn't think a lot of people would be on anti-spell, and this also outs Empen and their shifter decks. And if they're not shiftering you and you resolve this card, it actually helps in the matchup. So I resolved this against a Purrely player in game 2. He had a fissure up and some other back row stuff. I cleared it and I destroyed him. So this card was good. It also came up in round 8 against Pure Snake Eye, or the Kastira stuff, and he negated it, but it allowed me to resolve pre-prep, and from there I was able to play the game. I didn't end up winning that game, but my hand was terrible and I almost got there. So I would probably play this again unless anti-spell started getting more representation, but we'll see what happens. Cosmic's, man. Hit Nightmare Pain. The guy was really upset, so it is what it is.
Last card
is Solemn Judgment with 1 gold rare.
Well, you gotta get that gold rare out of here.
I gotta get it out of here. But this card's really good, man. We struggle when they have Droplet and Dark Ruler, things that threaten our board or our back row. And this also says no to normal summon Snake Eye Ash. So
that's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I know the life point thing is, 4,000 life points.
It's nothing.
It's nothing, but at the end of the day, like, you still have to beat over my 4,100 skull. So I like this card. I would probably continue to play it. But who knows? The deck list is going to change with the new set coming out. But yeah, man, this is my second invite with Voiceless. I'm going to continue playing this deck. I love this deck. I haven't had this much fun since fucking Terraform Max. So we'll see what happens going forward. But yeah, thanks guys.
Good job, man.
Tune into the channel when you guys get a chance. We're going to be uploading more videos. So
9-0 next time.
I know next time. We'll see.
Good job, man. Okay, Steelton TCG. See you guys later.